Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Meet Your Maker, our newest episode. And today we've got with us Daniel Kennedy from Shot of Spice in Ocala, Florida. Welcome to the show, David.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. So I'm excited about this. Tell me, what got you started on this hot sauce journey?
All right. So when I lived in St. Petersburg, Florida, would go to flea markets all the time. There was one part of it that pretty much took up half the wall of the entire flea market. It was just hot sauces. Um, I ended up getting introduced by the guy who ran it to Dave's and Sandy sauce, and it definitely kicked me in the ass. It was so strong at the time that I actually had to take a second to catch my breath. So after that, I realized like there's more out there than just the sauce you have at the table at the diner. Like there's definitely things a lot hotter out there. I even started researching like the peppers that were in there because I hadn't heard of them before. Then I started hanging out with one of my brothers. He's a very experimental cook. He puts everything in the kitchen sink and all the food that he makes, just see what happens. And I ended up having him try it because he wasn't a believer that there was something that hot out there. And after that, I just started experimenting, seeing what I could do because that sauce was a little too hot for me. I couldn't even taste nothing. So after that, just kept experimenting, seeing what I could do, bringing like containers of the sauce to work. People loved it. Had no intention of ever selling anything. Then like took a pause from it for a bit. And then I even started this new fermentation process instead of just boiling it off.
Okay.
And now just a few months ago, I started like selling it, and it blew up a lot quicker than I thought it would. And I'm almost out now. So.
That's awesome. So just went into this just for the fun of actually just doing it.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's funny that you mentioned Dave's Insanity sauce because one of the first introductions that I had to really hot stuff, sauce-wise, was actually Dave's Insanity sauce, and it was at one of my oldest son's friends' birthday parties. And we had this guy walk up, and he had a hot dog, and he put the Dave's Insanity sauce on the hot dog like it was ketchup. And I was like, man, I don't think that's how that's designed to be used. And he said, oh, it's fine. I eat hot stuff all the time. So I was like, okay, I'm going to sit back and watch this. And I sat back and watched. And he finished the hot dog. He sat there for a little bit. And probably about a minute and a half in, all the color left his face. And I've heard of this, and I'd never seen it before. His nose started bleeding. And of course, the mother of the kid that we were there to see and everything was a nurse, and she just like immediately made him start drinking milk and everything, and it scared her to death. But yeah, that stuff is that's hot. That's a hot one. I've had hotter ones now. Mango Cried, this sauce right here that you've got, I really enjoyed it. People that are watching the channel, this review is live now. This is a mango-based sauce, and when I tried it, I really just like, okay, I know this mango. Everybody knows mango. We got, I've had mango habanero mixtures. I've had mango Reaper mixtures, and I'm going to have sweet. Then I'm going to have heat, and then I got into this sauce, and it completely shocked me. I was surprised because it was very savory. The onions and cilantro and everything came forward, and the Reaper packs a perfect punch in this. There's really great heat in this sauce. So I was very pleasantly surprised by that. And for some reason, my brain in the review, if you've seen it or when people see it, it's actually going to go live before this interview. My brain just immediately went to pasta dishes. Is that something that you had in mind, or some recipes you had in mind when you worked on this one?
So my main thought when I make the sauces is just put something out there that either people aren't going to expect. Like the mango sauce, I made that my first one just because everybody has mango sauce. Everybody loves the mango sauce. My friends that used to just eat the sauce when I made them before were asking me to make them some. So with this new fermentation process, my first sauce was a mango sauce. But when I make anything, it's always, I want mine to be different, either something you haven't heard of and wouldn't think of making, or something that, I know this, I know it's going to be kind of like you said, but when you taste it, it's completely different. So it's kind of funny you actually say the pasta dish, because when my eldest brother came up and I had him taste this before I ever put it on the market, his first thought was, wow, this would taste good in some pasta. And I
Yeah, I
never even
mean,
was putting hot sauce in pasta before.
yeah, honestly, I've thought about, a spicy pasta sauce, but I never thought about really directly adding hot sauce to pasta until this really, and I will be trying that soon if I haven't tried it by the time this video goes live, because it hits me so. As a matter, I just opened this bottle. This is my bottle of Mango Cry that I got in. I just opened this bottle. I'm going to try something here real quick and see if this works. I've got some out here where we can see it. And I've got the mother of pearl spoon. That's what I usually try it on the. That's what I try it on when I do the reviews. You can see all the little bits and pieces going on in there. You can see the small pieces of the cilantro, and I think the banana pepper even lends, as mild as banana pepper is, I think it even lended something to the sauce that gives it another dimension.
Yeah.
And what I noticed when it comes out of the bottle, it just the onions and the cilantro just really. I mean, once again, my brain's just saying it pasta. The logo design and the artwork. Did you come up with that as well?
So the label itself, I created myself, but the logo, original mock-up I did with my phone was like a 007 spiral, then a silhouette of JFK, just because we had the same last name, and it was like a gunshot going through, and like this whole idea of add a shot of spice to anything or add a shot of spice to your food type idea. But then I thought, like, it doesn't look so clean. Like, I didn't feel like I could put that on a label. So I hired somebody off of actually Fiverr.com and worked with him, and he created the logo that you see on that bottle now.
That's really cool. I've heard of that service, but I've never personally used it. I think you're the first person I've met that's used it and had results. I can see that's really cool. I guess that was they were pretty easy to work with and everything.
Yeah, he refined it until it was exactly what I wanted. He was really helpful on um, helping me pick out what programs I was going to need to create the labels and to move that logo around to different things, kind of like the banner I have in the back. He helped me make sure I had all the programs I was going to need after finishing up with him.
That's awesome. So I've got Mango Cry and I've got Sauce of the Gods. And once again, with Sauce of the Gods, that review's not gone live yet. So it'll be a little bit of a sneak in this video. Once again, that was a pineapple sauce that I was once again thinking, okay, I know what this is. I know where I'm headed. And I was completely spun around. I was like, wow, this is not at all what I expected. It was really good, but it was so totally not what I thought it was going to be. So you like messing with people's heads, don't you?
So that's the thing. So I actually did research on like I have a few books. I don't think I have them here with me, but I have a few books of like what's scientifically supposed to go together. Like they have theories of like, oh, this taste should go with this and whatnot. So there's a lot of experimenting. A lot of things didn't work out. So like I would brew some things in a pot before I would ever do the fermentation process to make sure it's actually going to taste decent. And I did it's peppercorn, pomegranate, pineapple, and then I believe that one was a scorpion pepper, and I think there was jalapenos in that one.
Yep.
And yeah, so I put all that, and I don't know, it was something. I wasn't sure if that was going to be my next sauce, but after I did the trial run, like I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this. And then I came up with the name just because when I was in Latin, I took Latin for a few years in high school. They always had he always had pomegranates up for some reason because it was supposedly the fruit of the gods back then. So that's just where I got the idea for the name from.
Okay. Anything up and coming for Shot of Spice? What might be around the corner soon?
So I just put up a new papaya sauce. It took a little longer than I wanted to put on the market because I had an issue with the labels coming in. The company's taking a little longer with it, but people are asking about it because my dumb self trusted the people shipping them out and thought it was going to be here on time. So I said something about it. So the labels aren't here yet, but because people are waiting on it, I did put it out on the website. It's a papaya sauce. It has the cactus pads in it, cactus pear. Um, and that's something like that I want to just try something different. I did this. I went to the market one day and I just like picked up everything I could find. And I was like, I'm gonna just try to taste and doing experiments on what things taste like together. And that's what I ended up coming up with 2 months ago when I started that batch. And then I'm trying to create a sauce that people that don't really like spicy food will end up liking because my fiance isn't huge on spice. So she likes honey mustard and like glazes and things like that. So I'm actually thinking of a type of glaze is going to be my next attempt. So we'll see how it goes.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, it'd be great to have sort of a. I've noticed that a lot of companies have what I guess you'd call a table sauce. It's something out there that's safe for everybody kind of likes, or maybe that gateway sauce that people try and go, oh, I like that. I wonder what's kind of the next level. So that's really cool. Wow. So it sounds like you got a lot of really interesting things going on there, man. That's awesome. And another thing I wanted to comment on was, and I had some issues, I had some trouble with it on the video. But once I figured it out, it was way easier. The way you open the seal on this, I have not ever seen another hot sauce have that pull tab where you pull it around and take the top off the seal. Usually, we're trying to pull off a seal with fingernails or with a knife, or I tried to do it with a knife the other day and I completely lopped the top off of one of my bottles of sauce that I had and just cleanly broke the top off like someone trying to saber champagne. So I don't try the knife thing anymore. But I really like the way that the top of it is sealed. That was really neat. It reminds me of a wine bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, when I went looking for different seals and the bottles and everything, that's actually kind of what I thought of when I saw these before I ordered them. So works out that you thought the same thing.
That's awesome. Well, Daniel, I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing what else you create, and I appreciate you being on the show today, and wish you all the luck in the future with Shot of Spice.
Thank you.
Thanks. And everybody, you can find his products at shotofspice.com. I'm Brian Huff, and this has been Meet Your Maker, episode 3 of Pepper Forward. We'll see you on the next one.